Hey, everybody. We are so excited to be here today to talk about marketing innovations and strategies that you can use for 2022. We're coming up on year end. We only got like about 15 days left. Let me look at
Don't say it. Don't say it.
15 days left in 2021, right? And we're about to pull off 2022. So I have Michelle Bell here with me, virtual work wife. Hi, Michelle.
Hello. I can't with this. It's almost 2022 already. I'm like,
Yeah.
did this year just went by in a blur.
Yeah, I feel like I just went to sleep.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for a new year yet. I mean, I want to be
Yeah.
trying like crazy to be ready, but damn, it's too fast.
Yeah. It is. Definitely is. Definitely is. So Michelle, are you looking forward with your clients? Like talk a little bit about what you're doing right now with your clients. Are you still focused into 2021 or are you preparing them for 2022?
Well, mostly we're preparing for 2022 because I like to work a month ahead of where we're at usually with clients. Um, so that we're not scrambling because nobody likes the scramble, right? So if we think about it a little bit, when we're planning out what we're doing, we're usually planning for the following month and trying to be ready by the first of the month so that we can go into it knowing we got this, right?
Yeah.
So everything that we're doing in December was already implemented and planned and prepared in November so that we could take December and focus on, what do we want to do for the new year? So we're working on our strategies. We're working on cleanup. Like I'm like a neat freak. Not necessarily in my house. I pay people to do that, but in my in my workspace, in my work mind, I'm like a total OCD neat freak. And all the files and everything that we need, and all the templates and everything that might need to be updated, it's all done before the year starts, and everything that we were doing for this year is closed up so that we can just start with a fresh, clean space, a workspace. I look at January as like my fresh, clean workspace. Yeah.
I like that. I wish. So no, we do plan a lot, so that's good. We are working on 2022. There are though some last minute pushes that we're doing
Always.
for 2021. I also can say that one of the things for me, I've always said I wanted a true virtual office, right? And I had worked on it for so long and now I'm like this close. So, I mean, literally, where we're all working together, no matter where we're located, it's a true virtual office. So, it's not, even though you're working from home, you still have the camaraderie of the people that you work with. So, I'm like almost right there, Michelle. So I can't wait to talk about that in the new year. But
Yeah.
today I want to talk about um the software, the things that we're using to help our clients scale, right? Right now we're using Restream, and Restream is one of my favorite things to live stream, simply because there's so many features. It makes it really easy for you to go live on 30 different platforms, as well as like Michelle did right now. We're able to go live, use the same software, and each be live on our own individual pages. So like I'm live on my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my whatever, and whichever channels Michelle decided to pair, she's live on those as well. So I really love that, simply because when you do it that way, you know, more of your guests will actually promote, because
Yeah.
like, a lot of times you're promoting somebody else's channel. If you can just constantly promote your own, that's not a bad thing. So, Michelle, what do you think about this restream process?
Oh, I have so many thoughts about this because I had not seen this until you introduced me to it, and
I love introducing stuff to you.
I know because it's awesome. So like it took me 5 minutes to set it up, and it was
Okay.
easy.
Okay.
And okay, you've worked with a lot of clients over the years. I work with a lot of clients over the years. You know, like the golden rule is it has to be easy, or they ain't gonna freaking do it.
Yeah.
So it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Same goes for the fact that you're right. I was able to pick my channels and I can stream it to mine while you're streaming it to yours, which means from like an affiliate perspective or a guest perspective, there's a higher likelihood they're going to do it because you made it stupidly simple, right? Yes. Cuz y'all know, if you're trying to get people to promote for you, they aren't going to do it unless you basically do 99% of the work for them. If you
Yes,
aren't at
yes.
that level, it ain't happening.
J Ray is watching with us and he says he loves Restream. He uses it for all of his streams. Hey Johnny, love you. Mwah. Um, I can tell you that I've been live streaming, whether anybody knows it or not. I've been live streaming for more than 6 years. Now when I first started live streaming, it was not easy. I was using software like OBS. I'm not saying anything is wrong with OBS because I used it for years and love it because when live streaming was really reserved for spending a lot of money and bringing a lot of people in to do it for you, I was able to do it myself using those things like OBS and this, that, and the other. I can tell you that I have more than like over 500,000 minutes watched of live streams. And live streaming is a great way to stay engaged with your audience. I didn't do this on live, but I did it with Michelle. So as you guys can see, I got a special guest that sleep right there.
Oh,
And
she's so
um,
cute.
for me, my life is about being fully centered for my kids and my grandkids, right? But yet I still love what I do. So I want to make it as easy as possible for me to still connect with my audience, connect with my clients, but also be fully present with her and with my other grandkids. And so this is one of the software that I use to do it. So Michelle, I'm so really glad that you found it easy. And Michelle
It
can tell
was.
you, I said, hey, Michelle, I'm going to do this live stream thing. You want to join me? And she said, yeah.
Yeah, tell them when you said that because that's kind of a key component.
Today,
Like
an
half an hour
hour
ago.
ago, right? Like I didn't, I know a lot of times it is really good to plan stuff and all of that good stuff. But for me, sometimes it's like, oh, I got a free minute, baby, sleep, let's go. And Michelle said that she was game. I got a couple other people who are going to join us later in the process. But so that's the first one I wanted to talk about. Restream. Restream is a highly, we can do so much sophisticated stuff. So for instance, you guys saw that I answered Johnny. Well, look, I can bring Johnny's comment, show you that he commented looking at us on LinkedIn and show his comment, right? Like it's amazing how
I
we can
love
do that,
that.
right? So I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And then we can go and we can turn it off.
So
Michelle,
you
go
work
ahead.
from home,
Mm-hmm.
home office. I work from home office. You want to be
Mm-hmm.
there for your grandbaby. I do this because I want to work around my kids' dance schedule and their life because their life is far more interesting than my own. But here's my question for you. Like, as you're doing this, and we talk about like having these workspaces and being able to work around our lives, do you try and like keep people out, or do you just say to the people that you're working with, this is, you're now in, you're in the inner circle, you're in my life, you are going to see cats, dogs, kids, and whatever walk through here. That's part of what it's like to be in my virtual space and work with me.
Oh yeah, Michelle.
Right?
You, like this is cleaned up because I'm live streaming.
Yeah.
Um, my clients see me with my glasses on that are probably from 1980, but I love them, so I haven't gotten rid of them. They see me again. Mina could be sitting on my lap, whatever version, but that has nothing to do with me getting the job done that they
Yes,
want.
that's right.
Michelle, I know you work very well for your clients. As a matter of fact, we have a mutual one that we're working with now
Yes, we
together
do, and he loves you, by the way.
because you brought me in. Um, I can tell you that I think I'm actually better because of the way that I work. Because
Agreed.
the pretense, y'all can have it. If I gotta go somewhere and do the pretense, I love you if I'm coming. I'm just telling you that right from the door. Because I love being home. I love the world that I built. And I did this even before this pandemic thing. Like, yeah. So Michelle, and I
I
know
think we've
you
been
did
doing it
too,
about,
right?
like, I started my business in 2005. When did you started around, at least around then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we've been, doing this from home for longer than a lot of people and figured out some things along the way. But yeah, I do feel like it is, if you're going to the office, if you're working in a space, um, you aren't 100% present there because you are thinking about, I got to get out of here early. I got to make sure I leave 5 minutes on, before the clock. And maybe I got to sneak out because I got to go do this and I got to go do that. Or I wonder what my kids are doing. They're with the babysitter. I wonder what they're doing, wherever they are. Or damn, I just wish I could be there to bake cookies. That was my thing. I was
Yeah.
like, I just wanted to be able to, when my kids get home from school, when we walk in the door, I want to have the smell of something cooking sometimes. Because I remember that from when I was a kid. Like, my favorite thing was that my grandma would pick me up and we would come home and there would already be like either cookies or peanut butter and jelly waiting for me,
Mm-hmm.
and because she didn't work, and I always wanted that, and I just found a way to make it happen. That's what that's what we
Oh wow.
do as entrepreneurs, find a way to make that happen. but
Yeah.
but for me, it is like, you take away that space of, like, I'm distracted because I'm thinking about where I wish I was, and now I'm just here, and y'all get this. You want me, you get this too, and it's fun. So you should want this.
And it's fun. And we get results. So at
Hell
the
yes,
end
we
of
do.
the day, I can tell you my clients don't care if I don't comb my hair or whatever. They care that I'm getting them results. So
Results.
Michelle, it's funny, and I know I'm really dating myself now. One of I always use the analogy of being like Sandra Bullock in the movie The Net,
The net, yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like who?
Goals.
Yeah, like nobody knew who she was. She was
Nope.
just doing everything from home in her own little cubby of the world. And that's how we do it. So
What a
um
foretelling that was.
oh my God, how telling is that? So, Michelle, what software do you want to talk about? Because that's really where I'm going with this today. Is I want to talk about what powers my life and what the things that I use to power my client's life to get them major results. So I'll come back to Restream in and out of this, but
Yeah.
which one
So
you want to
that's interesting because I've always had at the core keep. Oops, this side keep. I'm used to the mirroring from Zoom, but yes, I'm a keep certified partner. Tina's keep certified partner. That's always been sort of at the core of business and how we run things and how we streamline for clients, how we consolidate so you're not using 87 different tools. But the reality is you do need some other things, and that was actually something that we went through a growth phase this year with, was just trying to consolidate yet again, streamline even more. And so I brought on two new tools this year, for me, not new to the industry, but new for me. That would be ClickUp to manage tasks, because now as we've grown and we have team, I need some way to manage that and to automate it, because I don't necessarily want to be in the business of creating tasks. So the automation spurs the tasks in ClickUp. And then also Slack to streamline communication, because it just got to the point where I have, people coming in on like 6 or 7 different communication streams, and it's too stressful. It's too much. And if you're spending all your time in your email, or you're spending all your time in WhatsApp, or you're spending all your time, on Facebook Messenger, then you're not serving the clients well. And so I had to like put the foot down and say everybody needs to come through this one space, and we check this many times per day, and that is all. And it's working out fairly well.
Oh, I have to give a shout out to CJ Smith for telling
Yes.
me about ClickUp. I did not know about that one, Michelle. So I'm
Yeah.
now I'm getting there with that as well, because I want communications in one thing. All of my intellectual property, all of the templates, all of the oh my God, the how-tos, everything is going in ClickUp right now, and I'm excited. So that is actually becoming part of my virtual office. So I love that you brought that one up.
I hesitated, or I kind of fought the urge to use anything, because I have tried them all. I tried Basecamp and hated it. I don't like Asana. Teamwork's too big. There's so many children. Monday, the list goes on and on and on, right? You really do have to find the tool that works best for you. And what I can say to that is just what feels intuitive to you, because I tried all of those things, and I know people that love Asana. They just love it, just praises, right? For me, it wasn't intuitive, and I didn't feel comfortable in it. And when you aren't comfortable in your product, then there's no productivity, right? You're not going to use it. You're going to resist. Yeah. I found that with ClickUp, and I met them at Traffic and Conversion. That's how I found it. So their team was there, and things that appeal to me are services that they provide. Like, do you have good support? If you don't have good support, I don't care how amazing your tool is, I'm not going to use it. They were so kind and enthusiastic, and they have groups, and they have training, and they do all of this stuff, that they support their community. So that's important. Wow. So that was an A+. And then I found it to be incredibly intuitive to use. So that it's just a slam dunk at that point. It's simple to do. It took me a half hour to set up my first templates. I was like, I can do this, because now I can connect those templates to Keep through Zapier. And every time somebody buys something, my team knows exactly what to do. The tasks are automatically generated. They get them done. I see it on a dashboard, because it has dashboards. It feels like Max Classic for Keep. Yeah. It really resonates.
Yeah. And so I love this. I used Basecamp for 10 years. Basecamp, was my jam. The problem became when I really started to massively scale. Okay. That's where the problem came for me. I don't know about for anybody else, but I'm just saying for me. Then I went through this spurt of probably 7 different other ones that didn't last more than 4 or 5 months. So I was also a Ring Central user for probably since 2005. Okay. That's where my telephone number was. They purchased and acquired Glip into their stuff. So I started trying to use that. That didn't last either. I tried everything, and I know people like different things for a lot of reasons. It's funny you mentioned ClickUp, because I was not going to mention ClickUp today, which is good, because when I come back and talk about my virtual office, I was going to mention ClickUp, but I love that you mentioned it. But I can tell you that I've built a lot of systems in this internet thing, right? And I have a lot of intellectual property for the way that I do things, and being able to train and put my exact blueprints in, and then having all of the training that I've created. Like, Michelle, what I'm not going to do is show you this floor over here. Like, I literally have boxes of papers, of templates, of all of that kind of stuff. My OneDrive looks a mess. And literally, that's one of the things that's happening right now, is somebody is actually saying, okay, well, when you work in the healthcare industry, when you do home care businesses, this is what you have written. This is what you typically do. Oh, on this drive, you got 25 videos to show people how to do it. It's now getting all in one nice little spot, So like my own personal Wikipedia, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm excited. And again, I gotta thank CJ Smith because I don't leave my tools easy. I
Yeah.
don't. I
I
don't.
hear that. You get into a groove. You feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Comfort means a lot in most of these products.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable, you're safe, right?
Yeah.
Starting something new is scary.
Yeah.
Um,
And you said the
Shout
customer
outs, right?
service is
Oh,
excellent.
their customer service is phenomenal.
Oh,
They're so good. And then join their Facebook group. Honestly, that they have a Facebook community group. Get
okay.
in there because they're constantly talking in there. People are asking questions. Other people are offering, how I did it. Then the actual team of ClickUp is in there giving feedback. They do webinars to teach you how to do different things. I mean, they are super supportive of their community. And I think that's really smart. I think any business that wants to be a leader needs to be following that example of setting up the communities, listening to the people, and trying to meet them where they want to be.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. 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 Yes.
Shout outs, right? Shout out to Cheryl Rarick. She's another Keep Certified partner who introduced me to AppSumo, which could be a good or bad thing. I'm not really sure at this point because
Are you
damn,
crying
right
a
now.
little too much?
Okay, so right now they have a thing for free. It's called Lumen 5. It's free for a year. I check it out because it is dope. All those different things that you're talking about, like your SOPs and videos that you have, it will actually, you can take a landing page, a blog, anything that's written down and turn it into a video with Lumen 5 in like 2 minutes. And it
Oh,
has
Lumen 5, you're about to be my best
all
friend.
these templates that you can choose. So like literally like you can make a video that's templated to Facebook and then do a save as and do it the exact same stuff, just change the template to Instagram. And now you have two of the same thing fit for the right product. It's so easy. I have had so much fun with it. And for them to give away a year of the service is saying a damn lot, right? I could have figured it out with a month of free. They give me a year free. I think I can convert every single thing I have in a year.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my
Like
God. I
legit.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay. I
it's
love
super
that.
fun. Use
So,
that one. So I did that.
mhm.
I found a I have found so many things. I found Tidy Cal in there, which I am testing out right now and I love. It's a
Okay. So tell me
calendaring
about that.
it's a calendar tool.
Okay.
So what I like, you pay for it once and you're done. It's lifetime value. And so you always get the upgrades. Now, just for anybody who doesn't know, AppSumo is for early adopters. So a lot of these are beta testing tools.
Mhm.
You're in the first group of people that are going to use them. So they aren't going to be perfect every time.
Yeah.
And, they want you to give the feedback so they can make it perfect. They want you to say, this would be nice if we could also do this, because they will build those things in to future examples of it. So TidyCal is fabulous. It's a calendaring tool that's $39 for lifetime access. Now, if you're using any kind of online calendar, which you should be, or scheduling tool, if you're not using a scheduling tool in 2021, you dang well better be in 2022. You need an online scheduling tool. Let people self-serve. Let people reach you without you having to do a lot of work for them to do it. So, scheduling tool. Most scheduling tools you pay by the month or by the year, right? And they're anywhere from $20 to $80 a month versus a tool that you can get for a lifetime value. So there's some smarts in looking for things like that. And yes, you might not find it to be exactly perfect, but it's worth it to grow with the tool for lifetime value. Because what are we in this business for, right? To make money, not to spend money. So I absolutely love it. I think this one's a home run. I haven't seen any problems with it yet, which is fabulous.
Mhm.
And for my one set of my client type, they are small businesses just getting started. So they have limited budget. To find something that can support them with limited output
Mhm.
is really critical to their growth and to their satisfaction.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so
I
it's a
love
cool
it. So,
tool.
so one of the things I wanted to say, so I love you talked about Lumen 5, you
Mm-hmm.
talked about this calendar tool, you
Tidy
talked
Cal.
we talked about Um, so you
Click
could
up.
drop some links for those.
Oh yeah, we totally can.
Um,
I didn't even think about that. Let's see. Now
yeah,
I'm learning this tool too, so you got to give me a second to find the little chat boxy thing.
that is okay. We
Oh,
talked
there it is.
we
It
talked about
took me a minute.
ClickUp. Um, we talked about Restream, which I'll go back into a little bit more detail on that one too. Um, I love it because we're kind of like all over the client journey right now,
Oh,
right?
yes, we are.
And so let's kind of come back to the front end, and the thing I want to do is, as we go through the entire client journey, kind of talk about different pieces of technology to put in different places. Because the thing that I've learned for sure is, if you have your client journey systematized, processes, and some automation, your business can scale quickly. Period. End of the story. Um, Most of the time, wherever you're having the problems of scaling, it is because you haven't put good systems in for that particular part of the client journey. So Restream is really good for gathering an audience for you. I know a lot of people have problems doing what we just did today. I literally went live without telling anybody. I didn't really say it in the beginning. I called Michelle, or not called her, I DM'd her on Facebook maybe an hour before. I did the same thing with some of the other people who are going to show up later in this broadcast. But the great thing that I love about Restream is, even though to all of the people who are watching or come on or whatever, they were like, okay, well, there's nobody on here live. My replays get a lot of views, and they have fantastic analytics. And I'm able to take those analytics and get sponsors. I get a lot of good sponsors. If you are an expert business, if you have been implementing, like right now, I can help an expert implement 18 streams of income, 18 to 22, 18 streams of income. Let's just say 18 and leave the 4 as a bonus. One of those is the influencer model without being a huge influencer. Just because people listen and they stay on for duration and they watch my replays, I'm able to get sponsors, and my sponsors can see my analytics to see that people stay and they're very sticky in my stuff. Restream allows me to do that. Before, when I was live streaming, oh my God, I had, here's OBS here, but then I was using these things to try to quantify, right? To try to quantify. I'm going to throw that in there for you in a second. Does that happen to be, Michelle? Does that happen to be a affiliate link? Because you
It
should.
doesn't actually, because and it wouldn't let me public chat, just so you know, because I'm still learning the Restream also, and
Okay,
I'm
no problem.
trying, but it's not letting me.
All right, so I'm
Um,
going to make sure we throw these in.
yeah, so I'll just be sending them to you because I can't find a way to let me.
Yep.
But
So
AppSumo's affiliate thing is kind of weird. You can sign up to be a person and then buy it. You can sign up, like you can. I can't put you directly to that page as an affiliate. I can just send you to sign up as an affiliate.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you have to sign up to be a member, but it's free.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we are going to, what's the
Check a
Help Me
baby.
5 one?
That's the AppSumo one.
Oh, okay.
So that's
So
AppSumo's sign up. And then once you're signed up, you can get in there and dig around and find a million things. I wish, you know what? That's one of those things I like go to their customer service and go, you need to let people have a page where they say, I recommend this. And then people can go just to there, because there's probably 10 things in there I would recommend for that
okay.
full
So
business suite, you know?
so I just shared
Oh,
in
here's
the
my page.
comments a link, and that link is to the AppSumo.
I have a
Well,
baby too. See, this is my baby.
Look, she's smiling. And then Michelle shared, here's the one for the tiny cow. So that one's in the chat, in the comments too. So, okay, Michelle. So if you're thinking of the front end, and I want to talk about the front end a little bit because this is where I feel most people get stuck, right? They don't know, especially when they're looking at influencer models and thinking all I got to do is get the views, the comments, the everything, and my business is going to explode, right?
And
So
they have no idea how much work that actually is.
yeah,
that
most
idea
people,
of I just need to get people to look at it. No.
yeah, no, most people get stuck in this first part, and we're going to jump into the backside of the client journey because that's actually where you should spend most of your time. Is on the actual journey, because if that is done, then all you got to do is drive traffic. We're going to kind of switch this model around, but on the front end, are there any tools that you want to talk about of helping get traffic? What's your favorite tool?
I'm like, I don't pay for a lot of things. Like, I don't do a lot of paid traffic. I don't use a lot of paid tools to grab traffic. I'm more an organic approach, especially because I'm working with people who are somewhat limited budget usually. And I believe in do what you're comfortable with. So when people come to me, I'm like, okay, I'm getting started. All right, I have an order form now and I need to get it out there so people can buy my stuff. I'm going to put it everywhere. And I'm like, no, don't put it everywhere, because that means you're going to have to be busy everywhere. So where do you actually live, and where does your client actually live? Because not all of our clients are on every single service, right? Nobody's really spending all of their time on WhatsApp and TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all those places. They have 2 or 3 go-tos.
Yeah.
And if you know your audience, if you've spent your time niching down and understanding who you're actually trying to sell to, then you know where your people are spending their time, and that's where you need to be. So if you're, my age and your avatar is somebody just like me, then you know that they're spending most of their time on Facebook. They're not in WhatsApp. They're not in Snapchat. They don't even know how to use Snapchat, right? They're in Facebook. Yeah. Go spend your time in Facebook. It doesn't serve you to spend your money on things and your time on things where they're just not going to be. So, that's the big step first, is figure out where they are, and then figure out what you can do organically without spending money. And then when you've got that groundswell, and when you've got those people coming in and you have good consistent revenue, then you start spending money on tools. Then you find the things that can help you do more and maybe spread the message a little bit more.
Oh, wow. I love that. I love that. For me, I think one of the tools that I'm really talking about a lot right now is TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is one of my favorite tools. And Michelle, I know you're going through my podcasting.
Yes, I am.
And my podcasting, amplifying and monetizing your podcast. And the thing that I've explained to a lot of people when it came to me and YouTube, when I first started doing YouTube, I was using it as a hosting for my videos. So a lot of my videos were gated behind, give me your name and email address, and I put them on YouTube unlisted. And then so it wasn't about the look of it or anything like that. But now, because I have so much content on that platform that's old but it's still very relevant, I'm ranking those using TubeBuddy. And listen, Michelle, one of those videos, after I ranked it, got 10,000 views in a day, and it only had 30 views in it for 5 years. But it was because it was behind a gate and whatever. But either way, to bring a video back and get 10,000 views organically without, I didn't spend $1. I just came in, I did some SEO on it, I sent it out one time, and then that was enough to get it to recirculate. So if you're looking to repurpose your content, that, we're all constantly doing content, but man, if you got a library of content like I do, you can repurpose that content. And TubeBuddy is my favorite. I teach it in depth in my amplify and monetize your podcast class, but TubeBuddy is like doing the SEO for you. It actually shows you what people are searching for. It gives you a little score, so if you're trying to be a good girl and you want 100 in the class, you're going to sit there and keep working on that video SEO until it becomes 100, right? And I'm guilty.
She knows me so well.
Yeah, I'm just saying my own problems, right? You're going to just keep working. But the beautiful thing is it's showing you all the keywords, all the tags that people are actually searching for, and it helps you go rank. I used it on the client that Michelle sent to me, and I have now ranked more than 25 of his videos in the top 10 for
Nice.
all of his guests. Every one of his guests' name that he interviews,
Yeah.
he is now in the top 10 if somebody searches for them on YouTube.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, so TubeBuddy,
I'm sure he's thrilled.
if you're looking for organic traffic, if you've been putting videos on YouTube and you haven't been doing stuff with them, or even if whichever your version is, influencer, whatever, TubeBuddy is another one that you should use. And I will drop a link for that one. So, Michelle, do you want to continue on the front side, or you want to start getting in the back? Do we want to jump into keep now, since both of us are keep partners?
We're both keep partners.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
There's a
right?
reason for that.
You stick with what works and what can help people grow.
Yeah. So my own personal business has been on Infusionsoft since 10 years. I don't know. It's been a while. And I have buried my mother. My mother has had strokes where I sat by her bedside to take care of her until she passed away. Whatever is going on in my family, Infusionsoft allowed my business to continue to grow even when I couldn't be fully present in my business. I know a lot of people talk about lifestyle, but they talk about it in other ways. You're going to get that Lamborghini and, the bikini clad girls and all of that. My version is I can still go do what I need to do. And still grow my business because my systems and my processes are in place with Keep, right? Michelle?
I have a business partner in a second business, and we sell a training course for coaches. And we came together out of, she needed help with automating her business and couldn't afford me. And she's a nutritionist, and I needed help with the nutrition thing, but couldn't afford a nutritionist program. So we traded services, we worked together, and eventually what we came out of it with was a product that we could sell to help other people just in her same position figure out how to grow and scale their coaching business through automation. And what you were talking about, that lifestyle, we are that. It's that work-life balance. We are both always looking for work-life balance, but we are two extremely different people. We are the perfect yin yang. I am all about my kids. I work around my kids. It's all about family. It's all about being able to go and take care of dad, help close up my aunt's house when she passed, do these things that are very travel with dance, right? I mean, my kids go to between 6 and 12 dance competitions every year, and there's a lot of travel involved in that. We're always 4 days at Disney, 5 days in Las Vegas, that like that. My business partner, no kids, husband, travels. They travel everywhere. I mean, they are the kind of people like throw a dart at the map. That's where we're going next week. They are always going somewhere. Every time we finish a phone call, she's like, okay, well, I'll talk to you in 3 weeks because now I'm going to Portugal. And I'm like, really? you know.
Mhm.
But that is exactly what we're talking about. When you build automation to scale your business and to process your workflows so that you physically aren't processing all those workflows, then you have time to do everything else that you want to be doing. Because
Yeah.
really, if you had a choice, would you be working at all? Nobody would say, oh, hell yes, I need to work. They'd be like, nah, I got things to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
automation is key to setting yourself free from your business.
Yeah.
Whether you're a traveler like my partner, whether you're a family oriented person like me and Tina, automation is your first step to getting free of the mundane routine of running a business.
Yes.
And
I
you need a
love
good
that.
tool that can do that.
Yeah, and then they came up with the keep lineup, right? And so
Yes.
then you have Light, Pro, and Max. Um, I only have one client on Light because I don't use it that much,
I don't either.
only because I'm like, come on, you need to really step up to those automations, right?
Yeah.
So Light is really good for getting people organized and systematizing your telephone number. So if you are using Google Voice as your business telephone line, oh, I really suggest you look at Keep Light. If for nothing else, look at Keep Light for that. Because to be able to now, you can tag people, right? You can tag people when they call you, the texting, all of those parts of Keep Light are really good. But I'm a pro. I tell people to start with pro. Like
See,
um,
and I start with classic. I'm still putting everybody in classic because I'll tell you why. And it really just comes down to the person themselves. Are you
mhm,
committed to running your business and growing and scaling? Or
mhm.
are you just trying to dip your toe in the water and see if you like being a solopreneur? Like, if
Yeah.
your toes in the water, get on pro and go talk to somebody else, because I'm really here to help the people that are committed to their business. They want to make it happen. They want that lifestyle change, and they want the tools and services to fully do that
Mhm.
the quickest way possible.
I hear you. Um, the people that I'm normally doing the work for are in Max, okay? But
Mhm.
the people that are like in my inner circle who I'm teaching to do it, they are starting in Pro. Simply because they're still in the of doing most of it themselves to understand. And I don't believe that that's a bad thing.
No,
I'm
it's not.
I'm doing work for someone right now, and some of her employees kind of get mad because they're like, she thinks she know everything. I'm like, no, I just happened to have already freaking done that. And that's because I was a control freak. I maybe still am in some ways, but I had to know how to do it first
Yeah,
before I would. So anything that I talk about, I've done for myself or for my clients. I do not accept somebody else's version of it because that doesn't work in my life, right? Um,
agreed.
like, yeah, and even reading the book, I'll read the book, but I gotta go do it first before I can talk about it. I can't just memorize the book and then want to talk about it. That's never worked for me. So, I
Do
can
you
tell
find
you
that that comes from a place of fear, like that they're afraid you're going to automate their job away?
most of the time that really what it is. And
Mhm.
um what I do when I'm helping my clients, and I'm typically almost serving as a COO of their business because I'm going through and I'm revamping everything, right? I retrain, though. I'm really good at retraining so that they can stay with the company. Most of the time I'm helping people become uh, sell better, help them market better, because your employees really should, in this day and time, be part of your marketing team. If they are not proud to work for you, you shouldn't have them there. That's just the end of the day. That's just what I believe. So,
I think it's a fear point that you just have to get people over. I mean, there's always that thing like that, because these are workers. These are not entrepreneurs. The people that are doing the VAs, the people that are doing the day to day of running, say, a doctor's office or something, their boss has said, oh, we're going to use this new system. There's automatically fear. There's like fear. Wait, I don't know that system. Oh, now you've got this techno person who's going, this, and this is going to happen automated. Now I'm freaking out because I think I'm going to lose my job. And the first thing, like usually what I do is I get them on my side right away. It's like, okay, your boss wants you to use this, but I want to know what you're doing. Tell me how you're doing your job. Tell me what is really happening, because bosses almost never know what's really happening in a business, right? They have an overview, but they don't know what the boots on the ground person is doing. I'm like, tell me what you're doing. Show me everything, and I'm going to show you how we can do it a little bit better. And then we're going to tell your boss to let you do something you've really wanted to do for a while in this business, to show them what your value is, but you haven't been able to because you're stuck doing all this stuff. And then they're like, oh, okay, now I get it. And then they let me. And then they'll talk to me through their processes. And I can go, look here, I can save you an hour of just replying to emails. You don't need to be doing that because the automation can do that. And what would you do with that hour? And they always have an answer. Everybody has ideas. Everybody wants to be heard, and they want to be seen as valuable. And when you can release them from the garbage of mundane tasks, then they can shine, and then they're helping your company make money.
Absolutely.
And it's good for everybody.
Absolutely. When most of the time when I start working with someone, it is definitely from referral. Somebody who's darn near in tears calls somebody else and says, well, she saved us, and now it's thriving and you need to work with her too. And when that happens, a lot of times, Michelle, what I find is people were holding on to an old way of doing something, and they were afraid to embrace technology. I normally make a joke about it, and I go, okay, so is this way, I use the analogies of Bush's baked beans secret sauce. If it isn't the secret sauce, when they go, I've been doing it this way for 20 years, and I go, okay, I understand that. But if it isn't, what part of it is keeping you stuck? Are you willing to look at that? Are you willing to look at the fact that because you've been doing it this way for 20 years, it's taking you 8 hours to do it, where we can have it done in 30 minutes? Are you willing to change and look? And a lot of times it's sad that it has to, you're really helping them face their fears of being left behind, of being left out, of being whatever it is. But I know I go through that all the time. So keep for me is definitely a money amplifier, but it's also a time amplifier. And I get at least 10,000 hours out of Keep for my own business. That it would take 10,000 hours for people to do. I think a lot of people don't realize just how important that is when you want to scale. Michelle, where do you find the most, where do you find you're giving people time back when you use Keep? In what process? What's the biggest one?
Definitely it's in those the communication. Like,
okay,
when somebody books a call, do you sit down and personally write the email that says, cool, I see you booked a call with me, I'm looking forward to talking to you on Tuesday, and then send them 3 reminders manually? Or do you just set an automation that says, you're confirmed, and here's 3 things I'd like you to do before we meet, and just checking with you the day before, and just checking with you the day of? Those are all things you can automate. And it comes after that call too. What are you sending to people after a call to make sure that they do the next thing that you want, whatever's the next part of your customer's journey, whatever's ideal. And we're always looking to shorten those timelines too. If somebody tells me, oh, it takes me 6 months to close a client, well, why is that? And they're like, oh, well, first I have to do this, and then I have my assistant do that, and then I have to email them this thing, and then I send them a paper letter, and then I wait for them to tell me that they got the paper letter, and then maybe I might be ordering them something off of this thing, and then right? It's like all of this stuff. And when you look at all of those things, you can see where you can compress, right? Compress
Mm-hmm.
that time, compress those
Yes.
spaces,
Mm-hmm.
and do it more efficiently. Then you gain back so many hours, so many hours.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just that chasing factor. I work with a lot of coaches, and so one of the examples of how that works is somebody signs up and you need to do that. They need to take self-assessments. They have to fill out these quizzes so we know like what their problems are.
Mm-hmm.
And as a nutrition coach, you really can't move forward with that person until you have those answers. So letting them book an appointment before they've done that is totally useless. It's worthless. You've wasted your time, you've wasted their time. But also checking in on them every day to go, did you do those tests? Did you take the assessments? Hey, Facebook, hey, did you do those assessments? Oh, okay, let me send you an email because you didn't answer me on Facebook. Hey, did you do those assessments? That's all wasted time. You could be talking to a new client. You could
Mm-hmm.
be working with a client who's actually ready.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So using automation to sort of hold on to that person until they have all those things, because you can know that by them submitting them, by getting tagged for doing them, any one of those ways that automation can say this person's ready. You
Yeah.
don't need to think about that person at all until they're ready. And if your automation is set up correctly, then you also don't have to worry about that person getting lost.
Absolutely. Automation can be a great relationship builder.
Yes, it
So, if you use it wisely. Now, I know that um, the old version, it was the wild, wild west for a while in internet marketing. Let's just say what it was,
can.
right?
Isn't that the
And
truth?
and it was highly dominated by men. And so, um, you know, it worked for as long as it worked, but now it really is, you can build relationships and you should use it to build those relationships. Um, I love being able to personalize with Keep. I love the fact that all of my communications can be personalized, not with just name and those kind of things, but like I use a lot of custom fields. And I get information from the people who are looking at me and who want to work with me, and I'm always communicating back to them in the language that they were speaking to me on. And a lot of people are like, how in the world can you do that? With Keep.
Yeah.
Because when you collect the information from the audience, from the prospect, clients, or whatever, and then you're able to use that back with them in an automated form, it satisfies some of the human needs. Tony Robbins talks about the 6 basic human needs all the time. People want to be seen, heard, all of those things. Well, you feel seen and heard when you use your automation and use and build personalizing it with names and other details that you can collect from your prospects. And you know if you've heard about this know like trust factor, because that is one of the buzzwords, that phrases that people have used so much. If you're building a know like trust factor, that is one of the easiest ways of building it. And while social might get you the look, email gets you the sale.
It does. And video. I get that pushback a lot. Oh, the emails are so impersonal. I can't do that. I have to write a personal message. No, you don't. You really don't.
You really don't.
You can sound personal without personalizing, and a quick 10-20 second video can do a whole hell of a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that people are like, oh, I can't. I would have to makeup and staging and studio, and I don't have a good camera and this and that and the other. That's not what anybody wants. It's not, because it's not real. And we want to know that the person we're going to hand our money over to is real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, that's a cat box sitting right there, okay? That it doesn't get a whole lot more real than that. I'm not wearing any makeup. I might have brushed my hair. I'm not really sure.
I comb my hair today.
Kids, right? Who knows?
I comb my
But
hair today.
this is you seeing into the window of my life and seeing what I'm really like and hearing my real words. And if I just did a 10-second video after you've opted in to have an appointment with me, and my 10-second video is like, thank you, I'm so glad that you booked that appointment. I'm going to send you a couple of emails between now and then because there's some things I need you to do. Please take a look at those. I hope you get them done before we meet because it will make our time a whole lot better. Bye. I'm so glad you're here. Does it matter to you that I wasn't fully faced in makeup and that I didn't have beautiful lighting on me right now? Fuck no, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's the fact that you heard my voice and saw my smile and saw my eyes looking at you that creates the emotional connection. And it can turn people on and it can turn people off. You know, it's presentation of your emotion that you're putting in. If I was a robot, like, hi, I need you to do these things this way now, and don't not do it because then I'll cancel your appointment. That video is not working, right? It's got to be your personal self and your true nature.
Yeah. So Michelle, tell me what's one of your, and I'm going to separate them. So I know you're a Max user like I am, so we're going to leave that one there. But tell me your favorite Keep feature and then your favorite Max feature.
Okay. What's my favorite feature? I like the campaign builder. I like decision diamonds. I like being able to do more than one thing. So if thens. And to that end, I also really love action sets because I like the ability to say, this is only true if. Only do this if, right? I only want this to happen if. If then else is a really huge part of being able to make something more personal, really. If the customer clicked this link, then send them this thank you. If the customer did not click this link, then send them another email or send them a gift or do something to remind them. If neither of those are true, then do this other thing, right? I love that. Or don't talk to me about this person until they've done all these things. So having an only do this if is an awesome feature to have. That's probably my most favorite, is that ability to do if then else. If I'm looking at that light and classic and pro and all of those things, I think my favorite feature about those is definitely the phone feature, having that free phone phone app is pretty dang cool, but not cool enough for me to leave Max Classic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not yet.
So Shachina Gibbs just joined us, and she came at a perfect time because Shachina is also a Keep user. And I was asking Shachina, first off, Shachina is with Real Sisters Rising, and she also has the book, The CEO System. Did I say the title right, or did I miss a word? Oh, can't hear you. Nope, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
We can't hear you. We can see you. Nope, still can't hear you. Still can't. Okay, so we'll wait till you come back in. But Michelle, I loved the I love the fact that they have the phone in Pro now, the phone and the texting, okay, in Keep. I have been I believe you use every channel possible, right? So even in social media, let's say social media, you focus on Facebook, but you push stuff out to the other ones, right? You might not focus on it, you just push it out. I also believe that when it comes to using every form you possibly can. So I automate voice, I automate email, and I automate text message, and have been for over 10 years. And so when Keep came out with their version of all of it in one thing,
I
I
know,
was in love.
right?
Because it was like, oh my God. Because now, remember, I might have had this piece from this piece from that, and nothing wrong with those companies. But now to have it all in one and be able to give that to my clients, whether they are starting on a bigger level, whether they want to do it themselves or whether I'm doing it for them. I love the fact that now they can use pro grade tools with in an all-in-one price. I love that.
Yeah. I am
um
a big fan of having an all-in-one, of having one tool be your hub. And
mhm.
if that hub can have the majority of your tools in it, then you're using only externals for really specific things. Um, if you can get the first 2 years of your business off the ground with one tool that has everything in it, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, at that point, and maybe you scale faster than that, but most people don't. Then you start reaching out into those external tools that create more elite functionalities and more, um, money based things like that you're going to have to pay to grow at that point. Now we're talking about doing, paid advertising or custom builds to make things even more amazing. That's
Mhm.
when you start spending your money. But when you can find an all in one that covers 95% of what you need or 100%, because I do think that you can 100% run a business from Keep without anything else. That
Yeah.
is that is legit.
I literally had a conversation with one of my clients a couple of days ago. This client has spent tens of thousands of dollars getting something custom done. Okay. And she put me on the phone with her people, and I instantly pissed them off. But you know how this goes, and I don't
I
even
do.
I don't
That's
even
just
care anymore.
that's
But
how we roll.
I was like, we
Yeah.
can do that with this, and it's gonna cost you 2,000 for a year, and
Yeah.
not 25,000 for them to upgrade it. It was some astronomical amount, and I said, and she was like, and the person was like, well, yeah, she wants to own it, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, so do you want to put $25,000 out right now, or do you want it to work?
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you that you're going to spend this $25,000, and then when something breaks, you're going to have to come back to them and get them to fix it, and then that's going to be a charge. And
Yeah.
and she was like, and they weren't happy, and I was like, but think about this. I said, if at the end of the day you're going to spend this 25,000, and for the lifetime you know that you're not going to have to spend it again, okay. But if that's not the truth, and it isn't, because technology upgrades daily. So
Yep.
every time Google decides to make an upgrade, you got to upgrade. And I said, and if you buy software that somebody else has to have developers for, it's included in the cost of you paying that monthly fee. So that's the difference of paying monthly and going and getting somebody to develop it. Plus, what they're telling you they need to develop for you, and it's going to take $25,000. I can tell you 5 people who have already done it who will whitelist their version to you for 2,500, and you have it up and running. It doesn't have to be as hard, right? And I think sometimes right now small business owners don't know what they don't know, so they end up spending way more money than they have to get their business up and running. Again, for a whichever version, but let's say not taking in consideration of contacts, but from $100 to, let's say, $300, you can purchase something that's going to do everything you need to move your clients or your prospects through the buying process and buy without clicking, without having to speak to them and click a buy button. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there is this conception sometimes that what I'm doing is unique and nobody else is doing it the way I'm doing it, so I have to build it from scratch. No, it's really not. I mean, yes, you are unique. You are unique. The process is not unique.
Mm-hmm.
You are unique. Your message is unique. Your story is unique, but the processes you use to deliver it are not unique. They do not need to be custom built. You can find a pre built solution to do 80 to 100% of what you're doing if you look. The tools are out there. We just need to, I think it's on us too to make sure that people know that the available tools are out there, to have that voice to say, I am a pro, I've been doing this 10, 15, 20 years, and I've tried every single system out there, and based on what you're telling me you want to do, here's the 3 I recommend, but really it's one out of these 3s that I want you to choose.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Michelle, now let's go to the decision diamonds. Oh my
I
God.
love decision diamonds.
When you said decision diamonds, I was like, oh my
I
God.
love them.
That's
I
like my
love
favorite
them.
thing. Every coach out there who is qualifying, who has a coaching application, should use decision diamonds.
Yes, they should.
Period. End of story. If you are trying to qualify your clients by using an application process, the decision diamond saves you a lot of work.
Well, and you should just come talk to me because I've already templated the whole system. So,
Yes.
and you know what? People go, but you templated that for this kind of coach, and I'm that kind of coach. I'm like, yeah, and
Yeah.
that just means that we have a conversation about where would you like to change something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this, idea that again, I'm unique because I'm this kind. Okay.
Yeah.
But all that means is that the output has changed, not the process, right? Your output might be different from another. Like if you're a nutrition coach and the other one is, a business coach, the output is different, not the process.
Absolutely. Shachina, can we hear you this time?
Let me know. Do you hear me?
Yay!
Yay!
Yes, we
We
can.
hear you.
I had to do something in the settings here on Restream.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So Shachina is from Real Sisters Rising, and she has the book, The CEO System. Yes, 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 yes. She is a client, and I am her marketing partner. I also now sit on the board. So Shachina, thanks for joining.
No
And
problem. I like talking
hey,
about keep.
yeah, so this whole thing is about your favorite tools for marketing and innovating and moving into 2022. And Michelle gave her answer. My question was, what are your favorite what's your favorite tool, feature, or whatever of Keep? And I know yours changes on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I haven't played with keep in a couple of weeks, but like played around, like learning new stuff yet. Because I'm quite sure they added something. Because you know how I do. But my favorite would be the I like the invoicing, and now that I'm able to create the payment forms, I love the payment forms and the decision diamond. I know y'all just start talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, those
So
those.
one of the reasons why invoicing out of Keep is so fantastic, especially if you're a coach, speaker, or any of those, or anybody that is a service or even a product-based business, as soon as they pay for that sucker, you can automate the delivery.
Right.
One of the things I teach coaches, when it comes down to their coaching programs, if you want to reduce the amount of chargebacks that you have in the industry just from people getting buyer's remorse. Oh no, I thought about it. This, that, and the other. Give them a damn homework assignment as soon as they pay so that they're not waiting until you start in a couple of weeks. If you give them a homework assignment that goes automatically right after they pay, changes buyer remorse, because
That makes
now
a lot of sense.
you've put the you it's like a handshake thing. It's like, okay, I gave you my money, now I'm waiting on you. But when you give them the homework, it's like, nah, I'm waiting on you now because you got to go do this homework assignment.
The other thing that
Changes.
can help, because a lot of people, like if you connect it to PayPal, right? A lot
Mm-hmm,
of people go through PayPal to get their money back and say, "Oh, I didn't get the service," right? So what you can do after, say, like you have the homework assignment, after they complete the homework assignment, ask them for a review, a testimony, some type of feedback to show proof that they received what they paid for, right? And because also another feature I like, where you can ask for reviews. So that is proof. So you can show whether it's PayPal or whatever financial institution that this person paid and you delivered a service and they began to use the service, right? So
mm-hmm,
that's a I just like keep, because it has like everything that you really need to run your business is in house.
mm-hmm.
You just gotta
Yeah,
work with someone to figure out which tools is best for you for what you do. And
yeah,
the easiest way, the most simplified way for you to do it.
yeah.
Because if you try to do it by yourself, you'll be there for hours.
Yeah, the telephone number, being able to have that telephone number in your keep system is so important. Um, this is one of the things that I'm now teaching and moving people over into keep. And I'm like, hey, listen, if somebody calls you on that telephone number, they are now in your CRM automatically. And so now you can follow up with a text message. You can get them on a list, right? Get them to opt into your list. Like, your telephone number should be a 24-hour a day, 7 days a week salesperson. And it should not always depend on you. And a lot of times people forget that. You get people calling you all the time in your business. By tagging them immediately, and and then by getting some type of automated follow-up, even when it is a telephone call, it changes the game, and it actually help you move people through the buying process a lot faster. So I love it. So what, Shatina, tell me how, something about the decision diamonds that you like, because that is a favorite feature. Yeah.
Because with the decision diamond, you can just basically have one form based off the question or based off the response they give. It'll send them in the right direction for the next step, right? You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to create multiple forms for this task, this contact form, that is, you create one. But so I have a client, I did her website, and me and Tina, we basically work both working with this client, and she had different areas on her website where she needed a form. Tina created the decision diamond for her where I'm able to still use that same link in multiple places on her website, where if they want coaching, if they want to ask questions, whatever it is they need, they just create, I mean, they just complete that one form and it will guide them to the next step based off the response. Oh, look at the cat. Based off the
I
response
believe.
they give, which is, it simplifies the process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I love that example you gave, and that's a really good one because those different clients have different things that they want. You can speak to them in their language because you're using that decision diamond.
Right.
So when they came in, like, there's some that are wanting to understand stuff with nonprofits, somebody who's looking for something for a nonprofit, and someone who wants to learn how to coach. That's two different things. And so when you have that decision diamond right from the beginning, and you now know that this form has made the decision based on their answer that they're here for the nonprofit, you only ever got to talk about nonprofit stuff from that point forward. And now you're not mixing up your messages. And so many people, they dilute their message because they're trying to sell or trying to market too many things at once. Oh, you know what? I do coaching and I do this and I do that and I do this, that, and the other. And because that's what you're saying, they're like, okay. But you did not really hone into the one thing that they wanted. And because of that, you lose sales. And so,
And you become overwhelmed
overwhelmed.
because you're trying to service, like you got a list, say you got a list of 1,000 people, but in that thousand it's supposed they should be segmented, right? And you just sending the same emails to the same 1,000 people, that number is going to start going down because people are going to start opting out because you're talking about something they didn't want to know about, right? So the decision diamonds help keep your list focused. Okay, Tina, where did you go? Oh, there you
Oh
go.
no, I was just showing off some more of Restream's features, right? The fact that you can actually switch and move people as they talk, make
Oh,
them
okay.
bigger, change the view. So you see now you guys are at the bottom, you guys are on the side.
Oh, okay. I thought I lost
So
us.
yeah, but then when you're talking, I can make you bigger. So you actually have like a little switching going on, right?
Okay.
Have you seen that there's a share screen button there? Because it's been like I've wanted to push that button since we started.
Oh, if you wanted to go to a website, yes, there's so many things. Like,
Well, it's that we're talking about this decision diamond, and I love how you're using it to determine like if they want this, then send them that.
show them. I
But
can't.
here's
I got
how
a baby
so
in my
here's
hand.
something I'm using. Let's see if it'll work.
Okay,
I'm gonna try the share screen thing.
show them.
It says screen one, and let's see if it shares. It says I'm
Okay.
sharing. Let's see. Can you see a campaign?
Yes.
Cool. So here's what I wanted to show you because, like, I love what you're doing. It's if they want this, then show them that. I want to take a step before that and say when somebody wants to have a call with me, my time is limited. I only have so many calls in the day that I can do. And so I want to be able to say, this one definitely gets to book a call with me right now, or I want to send them some emails first and see if I can warm them up a little bit. And then they'll get the link to the calls so that I'm getting the best options first. They're getting the best choices, right? My hot leads are going to get my link right now. They're going to get my appointment that I might have 2 or 3 left this week, where the warm-up email guys are going to get the emails for a few days, and then they'll get a link like 7 days later because they might not be as good. And I'm using the decision diamond to help me figure that out because in my form, I actually have questions that ask them things like, what would prevent you from completing my program?
Mm-hmm.
And if your children or your spouse, and yes, spouse is spelled wrong, if your children or your spouse or your job or time or money are going to be a problem for you, I need to know that now so I can decide that you're an ideal candidate to work with me or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And then other questions like, how long has this been bothering you? Like if we're talking health space, how long has that ingrown toe been a thorn in your side, a literal thorn in your side? And if it's been more than a year or more than 6 months, I want you to go to the top of the list. You're urgent, right? And so my decision diamond can help me disqualify people or qualify them.
Now, Michelle, I'm gonna tell you how I use the very thing you're saying.
Yeah.
I use it like, so let's say on my application page for my coaching, right? I
Mhm.
asked, how much have you made in the last 12 months?
Yes.
As a business owner, not as an employee. So, like, if you was
Yes.
working a job, I don't count that amount. I'm asking you, how much do you make? So, if you tell me from 0 to 50,000, I know that you're not ready for my main coaching program. You might need some other services first. You might not have your offers defined yet. You might not really have, you haven't proven yourself yet.
You're not ready.
You're not ready for
Yeah.
my coaching program, but you are ready for books. You are ready for you are
It
ready
might be a
for
self-study
my
program.
inner circle, because my
Yeah.
inner circle, you're doing it by yourself, and then I only come on once a week and do different strategies with people. But like, I make that decision based on how much you told me you made in the last 12 months as a business owner. So
Yes.
if you come in at the 50,000 to the 250,000, you qualify for one program. If you're over 250,000, and you're in up to seven figures, you qualify for another one. Once you get over seven figures, then that's the elite program. And I decide that off of one question that I'm asking. One.
Yeah, so we're using fear and money. Those are the two. Like, time we can work over, right? I can talk to you. You're still a hot lead. I can talk you through why time should be a priority for you and things like that. Some things are harder to work over.
Yep.
And so that's why we want to send you like a series of emails that are like, why you shouldn't let fear stop you. If not now, when? And just giving them the idea of like, be brave for 1 minute, right? I can have that conversation in an email versus a phone call because it's going to take a lot less time with the emails than it would a phone call. When you get somebody on the phone who's hesitant, they're going to take longer. I don't have time to spend 3 hours convincing you, right? But I can send you 3 emails to convince you. And this is exactly what we're talking about. These things save you time.
Yeah.
My other thing that I really love, which is it's like decision diamond adjacent, it's like a decision diamond, is the new outcomes on tasks. So when we have that phone call, now we can have a task that says, I don't want to work with them. They weren't good. They weren't interested. I wasn't interested. No, thank you. And that's totally okay, right? They didn't show up. Let's send them a reschedule. Or I want to send them a specific offer. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and send them to a landing page that has 7 buttons on it for all your products. Send them one offer based on our conversation. Me as the expert, I'm telling you the best plan for you is intensive, and I'm only going to send you emails about intensive, and I'm only going to send you to an order form about intensive. Is the best way for you to train them to believe and trust you and buy the one thing you want to sell them.
Yeah.
I love this feature of being able to just say in my task, this is what I'm choosing. It's almost like it's the manual equivalent of the decision diamond. Based on my conversation, I'm a human and I have to tell my system what I need it to do. I'm telling it to do this one thing.
So, okay. So, because I'm going to wrap up in probably like the next 10 minutes. I want to know what, if you had something you just couldn't live without to grow your business in 2022, what would it be?
Far as keep features or in general?
It could be in general. It doesn't have to be keep. So I've talked about Restream today. I've talked about TubeBuddy. I've talked about we've talked about Keep. Michelle talked about Lumen 5 that I gotta go figure out. I gotta go find that.
That one's fun.
Oh my God. We
Yes.
also talked about ClickUp, which is something that I just started working with because of CJ Smith. And I'm really excited about it because it is the last piece to my virtual office that I'm building. So I'm really excited about that. And you talked about something else, calendar something.
TidyCal. Basically, we also talked about AppSumo and it being a really great place to find low-cost tools to help you grow your business.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
for me, it would be Keep and Trello. Those are always been my top two. Well, before I got into Keep, it was like a bunch of other apps. So I was condensed down to it's Keep and Trello. Trello's like my project management, my hub. my brain dump, everything. I put everything inside Trello, and then I can like, so for me, I have a membership organization. So inside Trello, also in my Microsoft Word, I create what I'm going to give for the whole year for the membership. So I'm able to copy and paste it and keep and schedule it out, right?
Mhm.
So those two for me work together perfectly.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love
and I'm
it.
gonna continue using them into 2022. I've learned about some apps on TikTok that I'm have to try out. I don't know their names, but there are a lot of AI
Hmm.
software. So I'm gonna check them out and see how, how to work them, and if it's gonna are they gonna work for me. So I'm excited about that because I think we all have the same type of mindsets. Like, like kids at Christmas, you give us a new software app or some type of technology, it's like our eyes get really bright and
Oh,
it's
that's
like
so
an ice
accurate.
cream man is coming or something. So, I'm excited about learning because I said I need someone, a virtual assistant, not a virtual, I need a personal assistant, somebody to come here and go through my TikTok, all those favorites, to write down all the websites that I say. It's so
Oh,
new.
I have gotten in the habit. We have in ClickUp, we have one place that's just called the parking lot. And whenever I see anything or whenever I have a thought like that, I'll just like I copy the link and I post it over there because my personal assistant will she'll look at it and then she'll decide like let's put this on Michelle's good ideas board or let's just leave this in the parking lot. And then eventually we take things off the board and we start using them. But it's our way because you know I'm one of those creatives, like I have 1,000 ideas every day and it's easy to feel overwhelmed by all of that, and we have things that have to be done and the structure that is in place, and yes, we can add new things to the structure, but it can't be chaos when we do it. So we put them on the board and we only take so many per quarter and look and we go, okay, here's all the things that were actual good ideas. Let's pick 2 or 3 this quarter that can effectively be added to the process. But that helps so much to have that second person that looks at it and goes, "Yeah, I see where you were headed with this," or "This one can. We're just going to put this one at the bottom of the list and hope Michelle doesn't remember it's there," you know, because in my mind,
This
everything is a good idea.
one of the websites that they talked about in the one of the TikTok videos. Like I said, I don't remember the name of the website. I just know it's AI at the end. And but what they said, if you blog, right, you can take your article, take some of the article, plug it in, and then somewhere in it plug in the URL of the article, and it creates a video
That's
explaining.
Lumen. That's Lumen 5. That's the one we were just talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You really should go try it. It is super fun.
yeah, I'm
And
going
it's
to look
Okay.
for
super
that one.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I saved that. I think I saved it probably 10 times. 10 different people probably did a TikTok about it because I started realizing that sounds like the same one from the last, but they just marketing differently. But I know I want to try that one.
Oh, it is. You can make a video in just a few minutes. If
And you
you
could
if you
change
like it
the
as is,
settings for
yeah.
us to, like, if you want to use it on YouTube or you want to
Hmm.
use it different places, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it has all those different styles, and then it does a thing too that I really like. Like it comes. You pick the template, you pick the style. So I like this pink template, and I want this Facebook thing, and then this is the blog that I want it to do. So it'll make the video, but you get options after that. Like if you don't like one of the pages of the video, there's a thing that says switch this slide, and you can pick another design out of the deck that it's created for that video. So you're not just starting from scratch. Because I know I've done that in Canva. It's like pulled in a template and then you end up having to pull all the pieces off of the one page and start all over again. And it's time consuming, where this is like, it's quick. You just pick it and it instantly goes in there. And the other thing that it does that I thought was really cool is that you can turn the AI part of it off and it will turn the whole blog into a video instead of just like key features of it. So instead of getting like a 30-second video that can go at the top of your blog, you can get a whole video, which now is like
Great for YouTube.
content. It's great for YouTube. It's like you could put that in your membership site and use that as a training video. You can do so many things because now you've taken something from just being a PDF I have to read to making it a 20-minute video. Wow. And I love that feature because I have like 300 of these PDFs in my member site that people just have to read and there's no video to them. And I was like, oh, this sounds fun. This will be my week after Christmas. I have nothing else to do. I'm going to make all these videos out of this stuff now because there's something to be said for having video instead of paper. Like,
well, yeah, there's definitely something to be said for having video.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more than 1 million direct to camera video views, and
Yes.
that has changed
everything.
my life.
Yeah.
Being able to learn to speak in video and to just turn on a camera and communicate my message has really changed the trajectory of my life, between that and the automation working together so that I could be sitting here holding her, right?
I was going to ask you, are you holding the baby?
Yeah, I know.
Is.
So for all of those who probably see me rocking back and forth thinking I'm half crazy, you know, she's in there. She's down here now.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting over here rocking the cat. So
yeah,
who's the crazy one?
So she kind of sleepy.
Oh, look at your face.
And she's got on her Santa's elf outfit, but like being able to capture, so the video has given me a lot of traffic. Video can organically give you a lot of traffic. I didn't talk about Captivate today, but that's the audio part that for podcasting and everything that I love, and I'll talk about that another time. But using your voice, audio, using or being fully present in video, to me, there is nothing to replace that, especially if you want to live in a virtual world like I do, and you know, you aren't in front of people every day in person. This, even before a pandemic, this helped me grow my business. I've had more than 5 million hits a year to my web properties, and video was definitely the source. So this Lumen 5 thing, I'm going to go look at it because, like I told you, I got a whole bunch of stuff over there. That
you can do voiceovers on it too. I forgot.
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, definitely.
It's got the little thing right there to do the voiceover.
Yeah, I do a lot of voiceovers.
They have music. You can choose from their stock music if you want to just put music to your video. So I mean, if you go to AppSumo to get it, they're giving it away for a year. There's a license of 1 year free on Lumen 5. So like absolutely, literally nothing to lose by trying it, right?
Wow.
It may transform your business.
Yep.
It may give you the jump start you need to transform your business, you know, or it might be something that you find that you really don't like, but there's no risk to trying it.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty fabulous. And, you know, it's
so
content, right? Content is key.
Michelle, Pardon? Is that your one for 2022?
Oh,
that you
for
can't
sure. I think for sure. I mean, okay. I've been messing around with it for about a week, and I absolutely think this is something. Content is probably one of the hardest things for people to create in mass, right? And you know that in order to continue to have people, especially if you're trying to do memberships, you need to continually be adding to your content, your body of work, right? People need to continually be able to see you and learn from you. And content is hard. If you can find a tool that helps you to do that, that can take one blog that you write and turn it into 3 videos, or 3 different styles of video, even, because you can pick the different layouts. So you can do a different one for your story, pick a different one for your feed, pick another one for your business feed, you know, your reels. Exactly.
Right. And repurpose all of it.
Yes.
Over again. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, keep, it's almost like saying keep is it should be second nature at this point, right?
It's like your
Um,
home base.
Absolutely.
so I got, I mentioned it, um, because it definitely is, um, Restream for me is my 2022 go to, because I have made the decision that I probably won't do a lot of things live in person even in 2022. I like doing things the way that I do them. I've been doing them this way for 10 years. If I choose to do something live, um, then that's okay. But being able to live stream, to stay part of um, my audience live, to be able to train live. Zoom is one thing. Zoom's okay, but I literally have a full. I literally have a full Zoom um, studio, right? Like, because you can even connect Zoom to this, but I have a full studio here. Like you guys saw, I was switching you guys around. Michelle added, she had at her screen. We put her screen up while we were still on this side. If you're trying to get your message out, regardless of if you are a business owner, if you are a influencer, if you're a speaker trainer and you're waiting for people to pick you to be the keynote, you can get out here and you can claim your voice and really build your own audience using Restream right now. I can tell you that um, I literally have a radio station using this right now, and they're killing the game with this, because they've combined it with their radio station, and now they're doing all of their lives, all of their shows are now live on the radio in their 62 countries. Plus, now they're adding the power of social media to it. So it is changing the game for a lot of people, but yet, even people who are by themselves are finding ways. Shachina, I don't know if you paired your social media, but as Michelle said, it took her like 5 minutes, and Michelle's actually she's actually streaming on her social media, not mine.
I didn't see the option to do that.
Really?
Yeah, it just when I came in, it just said join, um, and then asked me. I put my name. It didn't
Oh,
ask me
I
to put
gotta show you the pairing,
yeah.
because pairing your audience, like one of the things I was like Michelle talked about, took her 5 minutes to do it. You you don't have to share my feed or my page to your audience. They can just watch on your page.
Yeah, but I figured that's what you was talking about. But when I clicked the link, I didn't get that option, so I'm just sharing it.
Oh, we're gonna have to show you how to do that because it is an important feature. And again, like I said, analytics with this thing is crazy. I don't know whether a lot of people know it or not, but a lot of corporations are looking for micro influencers. You don't have to have a lot of followers. They want to work with people who have engaged. Even if it's a small community, they want to work with you.
As long
And
as
by
there's
having
engagement.
yeah, by having the analytics from a platform like Restream, I'm able to get a lot of different sponsors who literally sponsor a lot of different stuff for me. So even
Let me
my
ask you a
community.
question.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can do this and stream it on your Facebook. So I see Facebook. I seen Facebook is doing paying people, allowing you to monetize, doing reels and videos on your pages, right?
Mhm.
So if you do it through Restream, will that still qualify you for those opportunities?
Yes.
So yeah, okay. So if more people need to know that. If you're watching that, check it out. Check out Restream.
Yes. And so the great thing too, Shachina, I'm kind of doubling that opportunity because I'm going live in my Create Your Economy Facebook group At the same time, I'm going live on my page,
And
right?
Instagram.
I didn't do Instagram today
Okay.
because with having different people, um, I gotta resize it so that we all fit and it don't just cut us off and be vertical, right? So it have half your face, half my face if I did this
Oh, okay.
version. But I will do Restream the next time, but I can't do Restream unless I bring my assistant with me because I can't have her in my arm. I need both hands for that.
Mm.
Um, but I'm live on LinkedIn right now, and I'm live in Twitch. I'm live on YouTube. So literally during this one stream, Michelle, which ones did you pair?
So I'm actually looking at them right now. This is kind of a trip. It's pretty rad. I am doing LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. The one thing I tried to do, and I just goofed it up, I think, is I was trying to do multiple instances of Facebook because I wanted to do my page and then my personal and then a group.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like you can because it let me add Facebook like 5 different times,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't, it's not actually showing on all of them. So I think I just did something wrong. But yeah, I was able to, while you were talking, I went in and I checked. And what I liked is that when I went to my Facebook, I was worried that it would start making noise. I was worried that like the audio would kick in or somehow it would like mess with the fact that I'm on here with you live now. And it didn't. It's muted. It's not, it's not interfering. And I was able to actually go in there and make comments
And
on
I
my
see them.
Facebook post. Yeah, I post like I
Check
was
it
like
out.
hashtags and I like, at Cheryl because I want her to know what's going on. And yeah, I love that I was able to do that. So then I went and I checked in on LinkedIn, and there's a little bit of a lag with the LinkedIn version, but
Mm-hmm.
it's there.
There.
And it's like when you go to my LinkedIn page, it replaces the banner. It's like right at the top of the page, replacing the banner is this video.
And listen. Let's talk about LinkedIn and Restream a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Wait. Before you get into that, so are you did Michelle for you to appear? You have it, or you already have a Restream account, and
no,
you had to log
No,
in.
she didn't know about Restream at
I
all.
know about Restream
Oh,
until
okay,
like 11:45 today.
okay,
No, and I just went in and I did the little things. It was like it wasn't that hard. There was one thing that caught my attention that I was like, wait a minute, that setting looked a little weird, and I wanted to go back and do custom because it was like it said something like allow it to see everything and delete everything. I'm like, wait, no deletes, nobody gets deletes, but I'd already pushed the button, so I need to go back and edit that. But other than that, it was real simple. It just walked you through it. You have to log into your stuff and then give it the permissions and turn it on. I mean, so that was the other thing I thought was kind of cool is like there's like 30 things that you can connect through Restream, but you don't have to use them all every time. There's little toggle switches there to turn it on or off
okay.
as you start each one of your streams.
Yeah.
So if it's not safe for your Facebook page, you don't have to do it, or whatever.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
yeah, and I love it because I don't use the Zoom sync to Facebook, but like I can bring my Zoom into here, and I could have used Zoom to broadcast if I want, and then add it to this. But I want to go back to LinkedIn because LinkedIn and Restream together, my gosh. Okay, so LinkedIn events has one of the best notification
Yes,
of any event on any social media platform, right? So when people see event notifications, they see them just like they see connection requests, right? So when you set up a link to an event here for Restream, and again, I didn't do it just because I don't only have one hand. When you set up that event, you can literally go in and invite your whole darn um, connection list, which I'm connected to, I think, 30,000 people in LinkedIn. And I can invite that whole connection list to come to that live stream, and they will all see it in their notifications unless they've turned off notifications in LinkedIn. And most people keep their LinkedIn notifications on. The
Yeah.
other part of LinkedIn notifications is when you are doing that event and that is now going out, it typically goes out into email too. So you are getting a really great, by combining the both of them, you're really getting a good way of getting attention on LinkedIn with Restream. So
Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah,
want
I'm
to.
liking this a lot, actually. It's pretty rad.
Awesome. Awesome.
I
So
also want to
ladies,
go
thank
back to
y'all
your.
for,
Oh,
go
that's
ahead,
good.
Gina.
I wanted to say something about the phone numbers. Attach it to what I do. I talk to people about setting up their business, and they always need phone numbers. This is a great service to use also for those of you who need your phone numbers for your business.
And you're
You
talking about
know,
Keep now.
yes, keep, keep,
Keep.
keep, keep.
Okay.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
with keep, they have the phone number. I wanted to say that because people always looking for services to get business phone lines, and
Mhm.
this is a keep is a great service to do that with, so that you don't have to use Google Voice, because I know Google Voice is not. It's a great service, believe me, I know. However, it's not preferred.
Yeah.
So I do want to recommend, if you need that business line, check Keep out.
Oh my God. And then you get the nice little app to put on your phone.
Yes.
The app, you can actually pull the contacts in from your phone if you want now to begin building and communicating with them through your CRM. So if you want to start doing it that way, there's a lot of ways of doing that part. So the whole importing thing, and doing it from your phone, you would be surprised how many people you are forgetting to follow up with that are even just in your phone. So I love that you said that.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So here is, if you guys didn't see it, the app Sumo Lumen 5. There is the link for that with Michelle. That was love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm also going to share, I talked about TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy is one of my favorites, as far as helping me get organic traffic on YouTube, because it does all of the SEO that most people are lazy to do. And it's real good because it helps give you a score. And like I said, if you are a good girl like Michelle and you're always going for that 100% on the
100%.
paper, then it's going to tell you if your SEO is at 75, whatever it is. And I can tell you, just like I was just saying, Michelle introduced me to a client. That particular client, he is now ranked in the top 10 for every one of his guest names on different videos.
And can
So
we just talk about that for a second? The fact that I recommended one of my clients to you, and you are working with him, and I am still working with him. There is nothing to be afraid of in bringing people in with your clients. If you are providing a solid service to your client, if you are being somebody that they rely on, and you recommend somebody, that is not that. Stop worrying about, oh my God, they're gonna like her better, and then I'm not gonna have a job anymore. No, that's not what it's about. We are a community. We work together. I have an expertise in certain things. Tina has an expertise in other things, and it's only good for all of us. If I bring her in with my client, she's elevated my client, she's elevated herself. My client loves me because I introduced him to her. Everybody's happy. We're all making money, and there's nothing to be afraid of.
yeah.
This is like strategic partnerships can help you grow your business. Don't be afraid to bring other people in.
Yeah, Shachina's another one of my strategic partners. I partner with her. love doing events with her. She probably was one of the last in-person events that I did. Um, and I can tell you that with her expertise, right? Like, I'm not into newbies. I'm not like, and it's okay because Shachina is. She's gonna help them set up all of that stuff. You know, she really is. She's going to do that, and that's why it's actually great to have strategic partners, and it's great to have a list of people that you refer without question. If somebody wants to get set up, I'm going to tell them to go to Shachina, right? Like, I just don't do and I also, there's a lot of things that I just don't do. So when it comes down to that, I go, oh, nope, I don't do that anymore. Like, Michelle, what preferences do you have now? Like, oh no, remember we were on your summit and I was like, I don't build websites anymore. So your guy was on and I was
Vince,
like, we're going to send them all to him.
send them all to Vince, because there's two things about that, right? It's one, you want to build those strategic partnerships, but also you want to refer people that you know are not going to let you down. They're going to represent you as well as you represent you. Yeah. So you find those strategic. I know I could probably figure out how to do all the podcasting stuff. It would take me 77 million hours, and Tina's already done it. Why am I going to do that? It's my golden rule even now. And this was my 2021 aha. My golden rule is if it takes me more than 30 minutes, I'm not doing it anymore. If I can't figure it out in 30 minutes, it's time for me to hire somebody who knows how to do it. Because ultimately, it's going to save me money and time and aggravation. Yeah. I could figure it out, but it wouldn't be good for my client or me because it would take me too long and I would be too frustrated. I can have Tina do it. And the next time Tina has something, for somebody who, next time some brand new coach comes to Tina is like, I haven't even started my business yet. I don't even have a client yet, but I want to get automated. She's gonna be like, no, go talk to Michelle because she does that. I don't. Right. And it's only good for both of us because eventually that person that I set up is going to grow into the point of running a podcast. And I'm going to be like, okay, now I'm going to hand you back to Tina because she's going to handle your podcast stuff.
Yeah. The newbie stuff, I'm just ready to scale and run and let's go, let's go. There's things in the newbie stuff that they got to work out that, like, I want you to already have that done when you come work with me. So that's
I'm both sides of that.
I'm working on certain key things that I know that they need, and I always got to repeat myself. I'm starting to put it in a way where they can watch the video. They don't need me to keep explaining it because some things is just redundant. And sometimes working with people who's just really getting started in their business, or some people have been in business for a while, but they were used to doing things a certain way. They don't want to always do the work, and it takes a lot of pushing and pushing and pushing to get them to get things done. And it's okay, but it gets tiresome and overwhelming constantly doing that with everybody. So I'm creating new structures moving forward that it's going to be more beneficial for the both of us.
Absolutely.
I find that what works for me, what works best is that everything is video. So brand new client, here you go. Here's your 15 campaigns that are already built. Here's your 15 videos that go with them. Watch those videos. If you have questions, come to the group call on Thursday and we'll answer them for you then.
Yep.
Because you're right. You're going to get the same questions all the time. You can head that off at the pass with those videos that are pre-recorded. And then for the people that really still can't get it, they have that opportunity to come to the Q&A. The Q&A calls are recorded. They get those videos to watch too. So now your instruction is watch the videos. If you still can't figure it out, watch the pre-recorded Q&As because we've already dealt with it on this day, this day, this day, this day, this day, this day, because you're doing it every time, right? Mm-hmm. And then still come to your live Q&As. It's a safety blanket. Having the live call is a safety blanket for most people. It's like, okay, I can sit here and I can try and do this, but I know I can talk to Michelle on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
That is
it
exactly
really
what
and
it is.
truly is. And
Yep.
something that we did a while back that has been such a win for everybody is when somebody signs up for our training package like that, they get the 15 campaigns, they get the live Q&As, but we also give them, and all their videos, we give them 3 SOS calls. And that has been the one thing, because every 6 months or so, we go back to our alumni, people who graduated, and we're like, what do you like about the program? If we were to take something away, what would you say it would be you could live without? And what's something that we do that you definitely don't want us to take away? And every time it's don't take away the SOS calls. They love them. They get 3. It's like a 15-minute call where they can actually get on the phone with me and ask me anything, or my business partner. They can ask her any coaching questions. They can ask me any tech questions. But they absolutely love these calls, and they never ever want us to take them out of the program. And sometimes people don't even use them, but they like knowing they have this like red phone, bat phone, like they
Right.
can get the help. They love it.
Yep. And you do that with your keep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. With the keep training, and God, it is raining cats and dogs out here.
So
My
yeah,
goodness.
let's move and let's talk about that a little bit. So right now for me, if you sign up for Keep Pro, Michelle prefers Max. If
I'm
you
classic
sign up
level.
with Pro with me, I have some bonuses. I am helping you with right now I'm giving my inner circle, which is $297 a month. So for every month that you keep pro and you get it through me, you get my inner circle. As Michelle was saying, like I have a
That's a deal.
whole training library. I give it to you, and I also give you start here, do this first, do that first. But most importantly, every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, I have office hours. During those office hours, I believe my training philosophy, and everybody can tell you who knows me. I think people have an aversion to technology, so sometimes they're afraid. So the only way to get you over that is by putting your hands on the keyboard, and then I watch what you do. So I will put you on the screen and walk you through it, because if you can do it with me sitting there walking you through it and it's your hands, you'll be able to do it when I'm not there. And we do that every single Wednesday. I have, my gosh, probably 10,000 hours worth of old recordings that you can even go through, because we have the whole library. That is definitely there for you. As Michelle said, she prefers keep to the max, and she told you you get the bat phone. Michelle, make sure you throw that link for you down in the, so that we can pin it too. If you have those kind of things, then and if you're looking to get started with automation in 2022, then definitely look for that.
Well, and don't forget that 60% off for 6 months is still going right now, Tina. So anybody can sign up with
Oh,
either
I
one of
forgot
us.
about that. Yeah,
With
right
either
now,
one of
if you
us.
sign up for whichever version of Keep, they're
Yep.
giving 60% off for
Six.
6 months.
Wow, that's
Which
great.
we're
Oh
not
my
going to see
God.
that offer again for a
That is
while.
a
You know
year.
that.
That is a year-end deal to
Now,
blow
Yeah.
all year
I know
end.
you
Well,
keep, I know you keep saying we about to end, right? Well, being that y'all talking about Max and Pro, right? For those people who don't know, what's the difference?
So
oh,
so
that's a good
Max,
question.
that is a good question. So Max is what was Infusionsoft, and well, that's Max Classic.
Max Classic. Yeah.
Max,
So the difference between Max and Max Classic is the opportunities,
the
having the
opportunity,
opportunities and the affiliate tool.
and the affiliate tool.
Which,
Right.
if you're at the point where you have a big enough list and you're doing live events or you're doing, training or memberships, affiliates is a good thing for you to be doing. Get other people to promote your product. Find strategic partnerships like other businesses. If you are, teaching a problem like I do on health coaching, find people who are certifying people as coaches. Say to them, I have a program. It works with your program. Be an affiliate for me and get that out there. If you need affiliate tool, you need Max Classic. If you
Yeah.
want to use opportunities, if you have a large sales team, you want Max Classic.
Yes.
If you don't need those things, Max, Pro, and Light are the way to go. And those are what Tina specializes in.
Yeah, Pro has I work in Max Classic. That's what I'm in, and most of my clients who want to be 7 or more are in Max Classic. So, that for that. Now, but for people who are still doing things for themselves or have a VA, Pro will get you to the goal. Pro is a great way of growing your business to 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about and Pro also, like I said, has all of the all-in-one things that um that you really can use with the telephone, the text messaging, and then still getting the power of the automation behind the scenes, being able to have decision diamonds, having your calendar already built in where you don't have to pay for another calendar feature. When you think about, like, if I were to go and stack all of the different things that you can now don't need to pay for, like you're getting a telephone number and Keep, you can text message market and Keep, you can get the automation in Keep, you have the calendar feature in Keep, you can ask for reviews in Keep, and all of that work together. Plus, the integrations now, it integrates directly with Zoom, it integrates directly with different payment sources. There's just all of those things. Keep is just a no-brainer. It
And
is
the
a
hello
no-brainer if
sign,
hmm?
hello sign.
Oh, it integrates with
Hello
Hello
sign. That's
Sign.
right.
That is important for coaches. If you're doing your when you're accepting payment and you want your coaching agreements to automatically go out. Um, let's see.
Yeah, hello sign. You can connect it to Stripe. Asking for reviews, sending automated happy birthdays. I love that too.
Yeah. Michelle, I feel like it had a R or something
It
left
did.
off.
It cut off. Let me see what that's actually. I should
Yeah.
just use a tiny URL for it. That would have been better. Here, I'll get
Yeah.
you a tiny.
Um,
Um,
yeah, so you have all of those things. Most
That's in Pro,
importantly,
right?
yeah, yeah, and Keep Pro. Most importantly, and this is something that I've learned from doing. Again, I've done more than 250 million in revenue with my clients in building their systems with these hands. These hands built those systems, and the thing that I know for sure is being able to having your client journey automated, having your client journey, the process. When somebody gives me their name, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to lead them to the sale. Understanding. So when I say client journey, that's what I mean. How does somebody find out about me? After they find out about me, how do I communicate with them in order for them to buy from me? From then, how do I get them to be a fan? How do I get them to refer other people for me? If that's the simple version of what a client journey is, because we've said that a lot in this message. So I just wanted to make sure we be real clear about that. Um,
yeah. So you have so many choices. You're giving people so many choices today in ways they can build their business in 2022, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
I
So
think,
here's
Rockstar.
Michelle. Here's Michelle's offer. If you do the Max Classic right now, and again, it's 60% off for 6 months. Plus, you get Michelle's free Kickstarter bundle, and then there is the link for that.
And
Um,
Tina, you need to get your own link up there because you have your own.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
deal is pretty sweet too.
yeah. So yeah, mine you get the 297. Like I said, my Inner Circle, which is $297 a month. So for every month that you still have your Keep Pro, you can stay in my Inner Circle. My clients pay me an average of 30 grand per year. So I just want you to understand that. So you're getting me as a strategist for free just because you're using that app. That's freaking huge. So even though I'm saying 297, $297, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm taking that off. But you literally get to, as a strategist, people pay me $30,000 a year at
I
least.
Can
want to be in your
I
inner
need to
circle.
speak on that. I really do. I talk about this, Tina, all the time.
Oh,
Because that's why I'm also an affiliate of Keep. And I never ever use my affiliate link, right? Because I feel like if someone in my network wants to use Keep, I'm gonna send them to Tina because my network they don't like to do stuff for themselves, right? They need the help, especially with something in this type of software, right? And I'm going by my own experience. See, I'm the type of person I like to touch stuff first, figure it out, and then if I mess up, then I'll be like Tina, right? And then she'll help me. And most of the time, it's probably a little tweak or something like that because I'm a technology person. But there are people I work with who are not. So I rather than work with Tina. So I would send them call Tina, like this person's interested in Keep or the services, and make that connection for them because Tina is so good with helping them create the systems, the campaigns, the automation, and all the things that's needed in there. So I know from experience that she is. So the people that I work with, my clients, I connect with her. I plug them into Tina, and so now what they're paying for, they're getting way more. So we over delivering, So it's like you said earlier, Michelle. You work together, but
Yeah.
her working with them, having someone who's in Keep that can help you create those campaigns. It's not just most of the time you go to a software, you sign up for it, you pay your monthly fee, and you got 30 days free. So you got 30 days to figure it out on your own. You don't have to do that. The Keep
but
partners, well,
just like Michelle said, I just want to preface whatever, what was it, 60% off for 6 months. If they click this link, this one right here, 60% off for 6 months, off of Keep Pro. So
You
think
really
about,
like if you don't take advantage of that, you kind of got to be crazy
yeah,
because
because
when you think about the fact that you do need that ramp up time, you're right. You can go sign up for Keep right now on a 30-day free trial, but then you're 30 days on your own trying to figure it out, right?
right,
You only have those 30 days to figure it out.
and then
And
most people are not going to stick and stay.
right, and then you're paying full price. Whereas if you do the ramp up, like 60% off for 60 days, gives you time to actually learn. You're paying a much lower rate. You've got time to build it. You've got time to learn it. You've got time to attend Tina's Inner Circle. You've got time to get an SOS call with me. You've got time to get the help to make sure that you get it built. And then you've got all that ramp up time where you're paying a lower rate to secure the clients, to bring in the money that's going to pay for the system when it is full price, right? All it
Right,
takes is one paying client and you've paid for your systems, right?
yeah,
And so we can get that. You got 6 months to get it in place, get
yeah.
it all set up, get it working, get those clients rolling in. Like, why aren't you taking advantage of that? It's such an amazing deal. Whenever, because these things don't come around that often. It isn't, what is it? Once this year, we've had a deal this good from Keep. And we're doing a hard push to our entire list all month long, telling people now is the time. Take advantage if you've been on the fence, if you've been thinking about it, if you're not sure, if you're whatever, because sometimes you do have a longer life cycle to get people to get into your programs.
Well,
hmm
because of my family, I haven't even been in the game. I've been just like sitting back on the sidelines. But and that's okay. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this live today. Simply because I have Keep in my business, because I know automation. My granddaughter can be here with me. So she's not being exposed to all of the things that they are worried about because she was a premature baby. She gets to get that time home with my mom that like and I did the same thing with my other grandkids. Guess what? They needed to be home with me so they don't have to be exposed to whatever so that they can have that good start in life. Now, I know that might not be the version everybody else is aspiring to with their business. That's just the version I aspired to. But I wanted to say something that Michelle was saying. I wanted to really talk about that. Um, you know, I used to build systems on everything just because I liked to prove that I could do it. Okay. So you could come to me and you could be like, oh, I got the free version of MailChimp and I got this and I got that. And oh my God, I would string the shit together and make it work. I don't do that no more.
No.
Because I'm not going to work. I'm just not going to work that hard anymore. But the other reason, after I came and became a partner with Keep, listen, I used Keep for 10 years before I became a partner. And then when I became a partner, I'm now also an ignition partner. And being an ignition partner,
Ignition partner. We do.
right. I actually talk and get to tell them things. So,
Yes.
like one of the things that I sent a very in-depth video to the developers on how I use Shopify and how I grow e-commerce businesses that way. Okay. And I showed them this is how I need it to work. And they listen, right? Like when we talk to them, we get input of going, hey, listen, this is crap and I need it to work different. And they'll go, okay, and they'll fix it. And like Shachina says, it's like being a kid in a candy store because she goes, oh my God, now you have checkout pages. Oh, like I
I
feel like the
definitely was like that. When she said, guess what, Shashina? I'm like, what? She said, look what's in pro. I was like, oh my God. I was in her. I was
like
so happy.
like the conversations that happen behind the scenes to make checkout pages happen and keep. Because listen, if I have an author, a speaker, a coach, or whatever, they shouldn't need another system other than Keep. And guess what? Keep made it happen. And I'm not going to say I was the champion of that one because there is a person with the initials of LA who championed for all of us. To make sure that that happened. And I'm so very grateful for her. But it is important to know that
Kitty.
you really can grow any kind of business, even though I've been talking about coaching, consultant, experts, and all of that. And Michelle talked about it too. I'm talking about, I got home care businesses on Keep. I have construction companies on Keep. I have beauty salons on Keep. I have a radio station on Keep. I have business
Online poker. No, I have an online poker
poker.
company on Keep, and a pool company,
Pool company,
and an airtime company.
business
Sell air.
associations
Yeah.
of all kinds.
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. So many different variations on Keep. Fashion stores, fashion houses, all kinds of things. Keep is a really good tool, and I know we kind of been beating that drum.
It is the hub. It's the hub of
That's
the
what
business.
I said. Is be sweet.
Yeah.
Every day you're gonna go to your website and Keep. Website and Keep. Well, for me, website, Keep, and Trello. Those are my top three, and Canva, right? And then but everything is like, so I'm doing something in Keep. I'm going to Canva to create the image, right? Bring it over to Keep. And Trello is just where I play at in my website. Once it's in Keep, it goes to my website. And then because I got use WordPress, I'm able to integrate Keep into my WordPress website. So it just all works together. It works for me. And like she said, all these different businesses. And like,
Well, I mean, the fact is, you do need more than one tool, but
yeah,
you need one hub. You can't have 87 hubs or you will drive yourself insane. You need to have one repository for the entirety of your business, right? The
Yeah.
one place that you can go. It's got all the answers. All the other tools need to connect to that if you need other tools. So if you understand that concept, like this is your business, right? And if you're looking at any kind of graph or chart, your business is at the center of that. This is me, my business. And then you have all the spokes that come out of it, your social media, your shopping cart, your this, your that, your other, right? Do you want at the hub something that handles 80 to 90% or even 100%, depending on the size of your business, everything about your business, and then attach just the pieces that you need that are external? Or do you want to have, 100 hubs that don't talk to each other? All these different tools that you're using to run your business that can't communicate to each other. And now you have to check everything every day, right? You want a
And let's
hub.
talk about the lost income. So I'm going to tell you just how I created an additional 5 figures with just that per year. So my books were in one system, my coaching was in another system, and my training was in another system. Okay. I didn't have a real meaningful way of upselling and downselling and didn't have it logically planned. So if you purchase the book, where did you go to next? So what typically happens, and I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of coaches, speakers, authors that are doing it this way right now. What happens is you spam everybody all of the sales that you're trying to do. So if you now sold somebody a book, you're spamming everybody about the book. And now you're going to spam everybody about your training and then about your coaching. When I combined them and I said, okay, if somebody purchased the book, or first off, if somebody applies to be part of my coaching and they're not ready, I'm sending them to the book and the and get them into a video training program, the inner circle, and then now I can bring them back up as they start making moves in their business. I couldn't do that before. I had to go download everything that every time people made a purchase of a book. If I was left to have to put their contact information into my CRM manually, it wasn't going to happen. Just simply because I don't got that kind of time in the day.
Well, and then you had multiple systems. So you're putting that person's contact info into multiple places.
So now that it all talks to each other, and that was one of the best things that happened for me when I went to Infusionsoft. I didn't have it all right in the beginning, and I didn't even have people who really could help me do my business my way because they didn't understand. That industry was really on the come up. Being a expert, having an expert business with all of the different streams of revenue, most people were mastering one lane. Oh, I'm an author. So an author thinks about selling books all the time. And then over here, here's a speaker. The speaker thinks on getting on stages. For me, I wanted an expert platform and those being the arms of my business. And when I put them all in one system, it changed the game. Again,
It does.
we've done more than, again, between me and my clients, we've done more than $250 million in online systems. That's a lot. That's a lot. And some of them might only have 50,000. Some of them might have 10 million. But that's a whole lot of experience of learning what works and what doesn't work. And I can tell you, I no longer string systems together. Your core has to be in place. And so the only way I will work with someone in helping them scale their business is if they have a core like Keep the tagging in Keep. Tagging is your best friend. Because at any point in time, I can know just by the tags that I do. If you've watched a particular video that I feel is an important video in you getting to know who I am and how I operate my business and how I will grow your business, I have a video called The Power of One. If you are in my system, I know if you've watched it, right? I know if I need you to watch it. If you've purchased the book, if you've purchased the book and you are in my inner circle versus you're in my inner circle and you haven't purchased the book, I can figure all of that out like that because of my tags.
How much do you love the fact that ClickUp also uses tags?
Oh my God, that's what sold me. When
Yes.
CJ said, and when she said, "Oh, and it automates," oh my God, yes.
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 So
And that you
what's
can make those
ClickUp?
two.
Oh, you're right. So
It
you missed
replaces
the conversation
Trello,
with ClickUp.
basically.
It is
Yeah.
Trello, but it's a different version, and it's using automation pretty much the way we use automation in Keep. And that's why I love it. And
it integrates. It integrates.
I've only been messing with it for about a month. I'm building it right now too. So we're gonna have a whole conversation on ClickUp in about a month.
Yeah, I use it. So when somebody signs up, like if you were to sign up for my Kickstarter, there's tasks that happen immediately. So we know that you purchased it, and you have that option of using your tasks in Keep or using your tasks in ClickUp. And I actually do a variation of both. I mean, certain things I want to track in Keep, other things like when I want my external team, my VAs that are offshore, to do something, I have that going to ClickUp. So as soon as you purchase, it's creating that task in ClickUp that's getting assigned to that person, and it's tagging what kind of task it is, which is similar to how we tag what kind of customer you have in Keep. And then when they finish that task, them closing it is triggering a message back to Keep to tag the person that that task has been done. So you can have these two systems that are using similar modalities working simultaneously, and it is fabulous. It is so amazing when you can create that kind of open closed loop to move the people in your business to do the things that they need to do and keep that customer engaged and moving forward in what you want them to get automatically.
And you know why I love ClickUp? I used to take a lot of time to do reports to my clients at the end of the month. The way that I'm designing ClickUp to work in my business, I don't have to do that anymore. So
are you creating dashboards for them?
So that's going to save so much time. Because I feel people need to know all of the tasks that me and my team are doing for them.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that shows, number one, your value. Because sometimes we're doing things that are, half of what we do is behind the scenes, right? So we're either saving you time, saving you money, or making you money. It's one of the three. All three have value. Sometimes, though, when we're saving you time, if I'm not putting every single thing that we're doing in a report, you really don't understand the amount of time that we're saving you. And I'll give you a prime example. The amount of spam that a lot of people are getting on stuff.
Yes.
And the fact that my team spends so much time getting rid of the spam. If we don't send that message, and the fact that ClickUp, bam, that task is done, hit them over here and tell the client that you just did this task and it's done, and I don't have to regurgitate it in a report.
ClickUp allows you to track time. So how long did it take you to close that task? And you can create that dashboard in ClickUp and share the dashboard to your clients so they can see it whenever they want. Mm-hmm. Versus you being like, it's Friday, let me spend 4 hours creating this report.
Yeah, I'm not spending 4 hours creating
amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. And you can tell them the same information in 3 different versions on that dashboard. So it's like you hit every person's learning type. Some people need to see the chart. Some people need to see the numbers. Some people need to see the words. Yep. And you can create all 3 of those in a matter of minutes. Yep. And then share that dashboard to your client. It is one of the most functional tools that I have found so far.
Yeah. So like I'm playing with that yet. I'll be able to have a whole lot more to say about it in the next month. But yeah, so ladies, I know I have another team meeting that's going to be starting soon. So I got to jump, but I want to thank you guys for coming. I definitely want to tell everybody this was made possible by Restream. Restream is a fantastic product. It is, if you are looking to grow your business digitally and live streaming is part of your 2022 strategy, you want to make sure to use Restream. You know, while everybody concentrates on the big ones, the Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, we are live to all three of them right now. I did not go live to Restream today just because I need to have both hands or have an assistant here with me, and I did the spur of the moment. When I do this again, I will make sure to do Restream. But if those are the big ones, I can tell you, you can do all of them. You can do 30 platforms. I want to tell you there are some educational platforms that are loving getting my content, that so I don't even have to go live on social media. I can send it to those educational platforms, and those educational platforms are repurposing my content right now because of Restream. I can tell you again, I have a lot of different companies using it. Media companies. If you are media based, you want to be an influencer, Restream is definitely that thing. And a lot of micro influencers together can create a massive audience. Today, Michelle and I are both going live on our own platforms. Michelle is on her platforms, I'm on mine. The same feed. You don't have a lot of work to do. It took 5 minutes for Michelle to set it up. Shachina came in. It was seamless. We didn't have to sit there and do anything else. I gave her the link. She came in. I'm able to switch us around. So I have a mini studio to make a good production. There are a couple of features I didn't use that would have been fantastic to use. You see my little logo up here right now, and it's up here on Shachina, right? You can use your brand. So this is my brand colors. You could actually change and use your own brand colors. I can do overlays to where we're doing stuff. I have this background when you had me and Michelle in this version, right? I can add a lot of different backgrounds in here if I wanted to do that. One of the things that I do on some of my live streams, like I do before I go live, if I was on a regular stage, if I was live and in person, I would have them play one of my videos that has music to get the crowd pumping. I can actually do that in this system too. I could come in and I could play videos, add backgrounds, this, that, and the other. So I just want to tell you that this is a very robust system. But if you know how to, just like anything, it's very easy, very user friendly, and the customer service is kick butt. So if you're looking to live stream, check it out. So guys, ladies, Michelle, Shachina, thank you for joining me today. Mwah.
Super fun. I'm so glad you asked at the last second.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you, so now that I'm over whether I'm holding a baby or not, whether I comb my hair or not, I'm going to live stream. I'm over that now. I'm going to be coming back and we'll be doing live streams like every 2 weeks. So I will give you a heads up because I will be making the calendar in the next week.
Good. Well, I'm going to go play with the 30 channels and see if I can't set up, overachiever. I need to be on all 30.
Yeah. So by the time we come back the next time, you can be broadcasting to all 30 channels.
I will.
We'll make sure you're getting to yours as well.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for joining me, ladies. I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.
Good night.